I
Okay.
primarily work for a different company. I do Cambly part-time. I I was traveling full-time before the pandemic around the world,
Oh,
and then the pandemic hit, so I had to fly home, and I was very lucky to still have my jobs. So I've just been at home for the past year and a half because of the pandemic. But yeah, I'm very lucky to have come back and had somewhere to live. So
so teaching is your hobby, or you just
it was
came
a
to this
job I
job?
done whilst I traveled. And because of the pandemic and it's difficult to look for other jobs when the offices are closed, it's something I've continued. I'm not sure if, but for right now, it's really good. And it's so interesting to meet people all around the world. That's something I've always
Yeah,
liked.
it's actually a great platform here to actually talk a lot of people from around the world.
Mm.
So how many countries have you visited? Because you said, right, you were
I'm not too sure.
out of the globe.
I can't say I've counted. I haven't
That
counted.
means
I'm not
there's a lot of countries.
I was away for a long time. I was away for about a year and a half, so yeah, it was
Oh.
nice. Yeah, I do miss the sunshine. Being in England is not too good for the weather.
Yeah, I see a lot of people who are from England. They complain about weather, and I saw a lot of people who are from England, but they actually living in some other countries,
Mm.
or they are doing their job there, and they are living into those countries for a very long time. So I asked someone, so he said, "I don't like weather in England."
Yeah, that is a lot of reasons why we want to move abroad, I think. Sometimes. And also it's nice because England's quite a small country. It's quite good to be able to explore new places and try different things, but it is a really nice place to come back to for home. And I've been with my parents in the countryside since the pandemic, so it's nice to have some space and a bit of quiet.
So you stay with your family, or you stay alone?
Yeah. So I stay with my family for now until things open up again fully. Because in the UK, they keep changing the different rules and regulations. It seems like every few months there's a different change. So I'm waiting until things are definitely open or they're definitely closed instead of this in between confusing time.
India, it's very common to stay with your parents,
Mm.
even when you get very old, and even you when you have kids, you are still staying with your parents. So this is how it goes in India. But when I ask someone who is from, I think, from UK, England, or USA, if they actually leave their parents, I would not say leave. I think they go out and settle their own,
Yeah, I left home at 18. I've never lived at home since I was 18, so that was a while ago now. I've lived with friends or other people or on my own, and yeah, so this is the first time I've come back since I've been 18. It's an adjustment.
So why does this happen? Like, is there any reason why when you
Yeah,
go?
I think it's just wanting independence and a bit of freedom, maybe from parents' traditions or their expectations. A lot of people move out at 18 to go to university, and they'll often choose a university in a different city to have new experiences. And then often you get a job in that city, so you stay in that city, and it just so happens to be a different one to your parents. That's what happened to me and a lot of my friends. And then some people meet their partner and then they will move in together, or maybe they will move back to their hometown but in a different house. Yeah, but I would say it's quite common at the moment to see people living with their parents in our current situation. But
Okay,
usually, yeah,
usually
usually
not.
people don't live at home.
And one more thing I realized, like in India, if you see, like a common, a common age, average age when people get married, it's somewhere around 28, 29, 30. This age. But when I see someone from USA or Western country, they actually get married is a very, I think it's a very particular around 22, 23. This was the my common
Hmm.
observation that I did.
I think in religious communities, that is especially true. People often get married when they finish university. However, and also my parents' generation, they got married very young in their early 20s. But I would say in the UK at least, I think it's traditional to now get married in your late 20s to early 30s. I think that's becoming the bigger trend for our generation, at least.
Yeah, yeah, that's
None of my friends are married, and yeah. I know some people, but not many. I know even for my parents' generation, they were allowed to hit them with the back of a stick. I think in the classrooms in England, they were still allowed to do that, I think. Although that got changed when I was in school, luckily. I think I wouldn't have liked school if they had that. Although some of the people in my class probably could have benefited.
we were like very far from these internet, YouTube, Google
Mm.
in 90s. So so it was like there's nothing. We just used to talk, shout, run, do weird things. But now actually I see kids are very busy in their mobile phone games,
Mm.
PCs and all. So they don't do any mischievous things, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. They're probably a little bit quieter than we were for our generation.
Yeah, because even when I go home, I see very small kids. So if I go home and they come to me and they will like, okay, please give me your phone. I want to install a new game. They'll just install the game and they'll just keep just they'll go to their corner and play the game. That's it. They don't do anything.
I think I saw more people from England and America than I did from any other place there. Yeah, so many tourists. Too many, if anything. Too many. Too many tourists.
and and people from India is almost in every country, but mostly they are doing job, not kind of on vacation. Mostly they do job in different countries, and mostly the IT people, like in or doctors or engineers mostly.
And I guess if you're a doctor, you really don't have the time to be taking too many trips or just laying by the beach. I imagine they will be extremely busy at the moment,
Yeah,
being
now
a
it's
doctor.
extremely busy for the doctors. Yes,
It'd be a
true.
very stressful time.